Well, that's enough of that crap. Welcome to Naked Zombie Paranormal Radio with your hosts, Brad Scott and Woodsy.
Hello and welcome to the very first radio podcast of Naked Zombie. I'm your host, Brad Scott, and joining me tonight all the way from the other side of Bris Vegas, well actually it's just up the road, is Peter Wadsworth.
Actually, it's just across the river.
Yeah, but you just can't swim, that's all.
That's what it is.
Alright, so we have a new show.
We do.
We do. Now, just give you a bit of a rundown, me and Peter have known each other for many years, and we quite often tried to beat the snot out of each other at work together.
We could never think of an excuse. Why, though?
I could, but I just can't repeat it on radio.
No.
Anyway, so what we've done, we've come up with this concept idea of Naked Zombie. Basically what it is for people out there who enjoy the paranormal and want to learn news and events and interviews and all that type of stuff, which I originally had in New Zealand. But tonight, for our first show...
Can I just say something?
What?
Even though you announced this on Facebook the other night, I just want to clarify that we are both fully dressed.
Damn.
Yes, well, look, I just got to put it out there, and I'm going to stay that way.
So I've got to put my socks back on then.
No, you have your socks off. No, that's fine. That's fine. I can live with that.
Okay, that's cool. So we're not Naked Radio Zombie. We are actually Naked Zombie is the name of it. I thought it'd be a bit interesting and different to call it something like that.
Certainly got a reaction.
Because everyone likes naked zombies.
They do.
They do. Nothing
Yes.
like a bit of dead crawling flesh all over you late at night.
Been there, done that, don't want to do it again.
Same here. I tried to tore my own arm off that night. Anyway, back to the story. That's for another time and place, not for radio. Anyway, look, what we're going to do is tonight, for something a little different, we're going to read you what's the news. Now, Woodsy has been scouring the internet lately and trying to find information on the news
You
at
meant
hand.
the first 5 seconds before I got here.
The first 5 seconds what he got here to actually work out what we're going to do tonight. So this is going to be interesting. So, Woodsy, what is happening in the world and where are we going to first?
We're going to America with some author named William Lester.
Oh, yeah.
A story that combines a UFO cover-up. Now, there's always a good UFO cover-up
good
story.
UFO stories.
Always.
I used to call them UFOs.
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 Is that when you were 5, 6, or call them recently
No,
UFOs?
pretty recently,
Okay.
actually, yeah, UFOs.
Yeah.
I'd pronounce with a study, you get trouble pronouncing certain things. Yeah.
My brother used to say nitpicks instead of picnics, but that was when he was 2 or 3.
But that's okay, he's your son, we excuse that.
No, my brother.
Oh, your brother. Go for it.
Okay, a story that combines UFO cover-ups with the assassination of JFK.
Okay.
It's a goldmine for conspiracy therapists. Sorry?
Therapist.
Hello. Hello. And that's just
Conspiracy
about...
therapist? Yeah.
He's outside when I finish the show. Don't worry about it. It's under control.
Excellent.
And that's just what author William Lester says he's uncovered while conducting research for a new book on Kennedy. A memo written by JFK and addressed to the CIA in which the president requests confidential information about UFO.
UFOs.
You keep doing that, I'm going to snot you. UFO reports Natalie Wolchova for Fox News. In the never before seen top secret memo supposedly written on November the 12th, 1963, the president ordered the CIA director to organise the agency's intelligence file relating to UFOs and
What file was that?
the agency's intelligence files relating to
sounds
UFOs. Pick me up whenever you want to, Brad.
Oh, well, I'll just
Yeah.
pick you to pieces,
Yeah.
you know that.
And to debrief him on all unknowns by the following February. 10 days later, Kennedy was assassinated, reports Wolchova. The newly surfaced document is bound to add fuel to the undying fire surrounding the president's death. He is dead, isn't he?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
basically, what you're saying in a nutshell, Kennedy, was bumped off because he asked too many questions about UFOs.
Well, that's what they're saying, I think, yes.
And
Which
this is from this.
has been known to happen in the past and recently.
Yeah, I have people trying to bump me off all the time. I'm walking on the street, they drive on the footpath, that type of thing.
No comment in the grounds. I may incriminate myself.
Was that you bastard? I keep seeing this white thing coming at me. Anyway,
Yes,
so
yes.
so that's what's happened there. So basically, what this guy is saying that JFK was knocked off 10 days after he asked about the UFO cover-up.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. So what
Yes.
we'd like to do is like to hear your thoughts on that, people. So when you get a chance, jump onto our website and have a look and give us your take on it.
And that website is www.brad... Sorry, forgot the dot. Brad-Scott...
What?
No.
www. dot
Brad-Scott.com. No AU.
Oh, that's all. Sorry.
You told me I was special and thought you'd my doctor.
Yeah,
Got another one here for you, Brad. This will
God.
keep you interested.
I hope it's better than... Oh, okay, I'm listening.
Yes.
All right, where are we going to now?
We're going to Hugh Hefner's mansion.
Hey, now we're talking.
Keep it clean, keep it clean.
Oh, damn.
During episode 3 of Elle's hit reality show, The Girl Next Door, Christina and Carissa and Crystal learned some frightening news about the mansion's tragic history. Ghosts.
The ghosts in the mansion. I've actually just quickly just dove in there now. I do know Hef has had paranormal investigators in his mansion before.
Has he?
Did you know that?
Have they found anything?
I don't know, but I was never invited.
Damn. But you don't want to go to the mansion, you want to go to the pool parties.
I don't care. I really don't. I just want to get that phone call from Hef saying,
We need you.
I'll do my old man voice. Hey, Fred, come over and check out my haunted mansion with the girls. That would be so awesome.
Yes, if Hef will never die though, he's got so much into him, Botox and drugs and Viagra, he'll just never die.
Well, you never know.
He might,
You might.
but yes. But he could go into one of the coffins. Have a listen to this.
Okay.
On this incredibly exciting and captivating episode, Hef's girlfriends hosted a slumber party, camp out on the mansion's property, inviting several of their playmate friends.
Ooh, pillow fight.
Inevitably,
Without the pillows. Sorry.
inevitably, the girls start telling ghost stories while sitting around the campfire eating s'mores.
Okay, just for people, just to clarify that, s'mores, if you're an Australian, you don't know what a s'more is. It's a
Marshmallow.
toasted marshmallow
Yes.
over fire. Just for people in Oz who may not know that.
No.
I know we are
Quite a
very
few.
international and
Yes.
everything, and so
Quite a few wouldn't know that.
no.
So I'm glad you explained that. Thanks.
That's right. I had to look it up myself.
Hef's new number one girl, Crystal Harris, said, "We used to live in a British pub built over 200 years ago. It was over an old cemetery. In the cellar of our bar, there's like cutouts where they used to slide the coffins in when people die." Crystal went on to say, "My dad used to talk to the ghosts and say, if you flick the lights, and they used to like to flick the lights as well."
So they flick lights, and then the ghosts would flick lights,
Yeah.
and
That's what I got
then
out of what I just said.
then they snap each other with wet towels or anything. No, sorry, I'm getting off track here.
You're
I
getting
know.
off track.
Go back into the penthouse Playboy bunnies. Please go. Do it.
It's on the net, so therefore it must be true.
Excellent.
Hugh Hefner startled the girls by sneaking up on the party and explained the house, being the Playboy Mansion, is also haunted. Hef said the wife of one of the owners supposedly threw herself off the balcony. This haunting was sort of confirmed when double obnoxious twins, Christina and Carissa, both said they had a feeling their bedroom was haunted. The two airheads explained the lights blink, doors shut on their own, and they hear walking in the attic above the room where nobody is up there.
Can you just say that word again?
Which word?
Airheads, the way you did it just then. I thought that was very, very
Descriptive?
descriptive.
The two airheads.
Yeah, I mean, that's just beautiful work, man. I'm just so please continue. I'm just
Mate, you wait till you
floored
get my
by-
bill.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cheers.
Hugh Hefner's new twin girls, Christina and Carissa, are out of control. They went on a bashing spree. Last January in St. Petersburg, Florida, when they were arrested and charged with a felony for aggravated battery. Before the incident, Carissa already had a previous misdemeanor assault and charge from the preceding November. We read that the twins went out after work with one of their wing host co-workers, Erica, to a nearby house party. Christina allegedly started arguing with Erica, and Carissa came up from behind and hit Erica on the head with a bottle of beer.
That would do it. I mean,
That would hurt.
that would. Now, was there anything else happen with that? What else happened?
Well, apparently, they both jumped her after hitting her with a bottle of beer.
Excellent, being jumped by Penthouse Pet. I'm there.
Erica ended up suffering
Sorry,
a concussion
Playboy.
from the beer bottle.
Playboy
It-
bunnies jumping you.
Yeah, but they probably weren't bunnies then, so they're probably only rabbits.
Did you hear that? I did my Homer Simpson.
Yes, I'm trying to ignore you, Brad. This is serious stuff here.
Oh look! If they're gonna seriously, if they're gonna go run around jumping people, I put my hands up.
What,
You
to
see
jump?
the photo? No, to be the jumpy.
To be jumpy.
To be the
Okay.
jumpy, not the jumper. Yeah, I think that's very important, and just so people get that clear, right? We're actually currently looking at two photos of these two lovely ladies.
But they're obviously prison photos.
They are
Taken by the best police photographer.
out there and wherever they are.
Yep.
And I think, yes, I would like to volunteer to be jumped.
Yes. I'm...
You don't know what to say, do you?
No, I don't. Sorry.
So what happened to the victims? What happened there?
Well, they've both been able to pay restitution to the two victims.
So they've got to pay the money up for it.
Pay the money.
Oh,
That's
sweet. Well, that's sort of...
I'll just borrow it off Hef. Hef will pay.
But think about it. Look how lucky Hef is. No, seriously, when you think about it, he's done really, really well out of Playboy.
He has. He has. It's hit the world and never look back.
Okay, here's a question for you. Who was one of his first models, or who was his first model?
Wasn't it Marilyn Monroe?
It wasn't Marilyn Monroe back then. It was Norma Jean.
Well, there you go. Then.
See,
Trick me on a technicality.
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 You get the big bum bum.
Bum, bum.
Okay, so technicality. Yeah, so yeah, Norma Jean. There's a few stories about her as well. That on paranormal we'll get into a later date. But okay, where are you taking me now, Mr. Wadsworth?
All right, okay. Now we're off to the mother country.
What's the mother country? Germany?
England. My mother country, not yours.
No?
No.
Where do you think I'm from?
Didn't your mother give you the talk about the birds and the bees?
No, stop it. You're just trying to confuse me now.
Yes.
So we're off to the homeland.
The homeland.
Yeah, mother country's German. I'm pretty sure it is. But
Is it?
The homeland is England.
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
true.
this better be good.
Well,
Seriously, dude. Phew.
I don't know. It's what you make it.
Right.
The royal wedding would always be interesting if something really good happened. But
brain hurt. Sorry.
the upcoming royal wedding between Princess William...
It's been
Prince,
and
I
gone.
know, but, you know, it's the net. It's a bit slow.
It was like 3 weeks ago, and if you're reading this, just say, okay. So
Right.
if someone listened to this like a year from now, it won't be the future, it'll be the past.
Do you say that to your friends when they go on daylight saving
Sorry?
and they're in another state, like they're an hour ahead? I say you're talking from the future.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Yeah, I do actually.
That's good, isn't it?
It is a
Screws
nice
with their brains.
feeling. So what they reckon happened over the royal wedding?
Well,
Yeah, but it's been and gone. It's done
it's
now.
been and gone. Yeah, it was pretty boring. I must admit. Even all the dresses were pretty boring. Oh, that Kate. No, I won't go there.
Oh well. Sorry, well.
Okay, they reckon that UFOs were around and watching the event. Extraterrestrials were watching the event.
Cool.
The craft seem to have an interest in anything important. They've been sighted recently over Libya and near Japanese tsunami.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, eh?
A flyer says his centre averages more than 1,000 sightings a month, and he expects to get a few UFO reports from the area surrounding Westminster Abbey, the site of the April 29th wedding. Now, I'm sure they're not talking about Beatrice's hat,
Oh jeez. Oh god.
because I mean that was
You know what I couldn't-
low-flying object.
That was. I can't work out. You know what got me buggered during the wedding? How the bugger do they keep those hats on their foreheads?
There's no wind. They're inside.
No, yeah, but then they're walking through. But these things defied gravity. Like they had their own anti-gravity pump shoved in their foreheads or something. You know, so
Yeah.
look at that Beckham's missus, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Posh Spice.
David.
Yeah, David. You get some dirty nappies, Dave. No, anyway, you notice how her hat was? Seriously, dude, this thing defied all logic. It was just, it's like it was hovering on her forehead.
Well,
That
go
could be
back
what
to
we're talking about. That could
The
be
airheads
paranormal.
before. And maybe got
Yeah.
a staple gun. Boom, boom. Staple gun they're
I
on.
don't know. Well, if anyone out there knows how these hats actually defy gravity like that, if they do use an anti-gravity pump to make sure the hats stay there.
That's why the ETs are there to hold them on. You can't see them,
That's
but
right.
they're there holding
there.
them.
So what you're saying is we've got a bunch of greys who are camouflaged, not like invisible, walking around with their hands up on these hats.
Yep.
So visualize this, people. This is cutting edge stuff.
This is.
So you've got these 4-foot greys running around with really long arms, holding these hats on these ladies' heads, and
They
no one
could be
can
really
see
tall
them.
people with short arms.
It could be too.
Yes.
There you go. We have just solved the
That's it.
conspiracy theory about the gravity defying hats.
That's it.
Well done, Wadsy.
Thank you, sir.
Give yourself a uppercut.
All right, after recovering from my uppercut, gee, that hurt.
Yeah, did it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Glad you didn't give it.
No, cool,
No.
no. You'll be all spread eagle on the floor, crying in a fetal position.
That's one way of describing it.
Yeah, anyway, keep
Yeah,
going. Where
okay.
we going? Where are we going to now?
We're going for a Canadian visit with Sasquatch.
Are we going to Canada?
Canada. Yes.
Can you
Bigfoot.
go? Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. But
Send all your complaints to
I don't give a damn.
Canadians out there. Send all your complaints to
The Canadian Embassy.
Wadsey at
the Canadian MC.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, okay, keep going. What's happening in
Okay.
Canada?
Canada.
Canada.
We've gone from the Playboy Mansion to Canada.
That's very, very similar.
Well, I'm glad you think so. I'd much rather stay at the Playboy Mansion,
it's
but
just
there's
think
nothing
how
left
cold
there.
it gets in Canada and how cold they use the ice in the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
You know, one funny story. One job I always wanted when I was a kid growing up.
Fireman?
No, I
No?
wanted to be the ice boy on a penthouse sheet.
The ice boy on a what to put in the drinks?
Yeah, you just keep believing yourself there, mate.
I'm sure that's all they use ice for.
Yeah, definitely. That was my one goal in life.
Was it?
Because I was learning photography was to become the ice boy for Playboy or Penthouse. But for some reason, no matter how much I sent in my resume, they just didn't look at me either.
Maybe you're too forceful.
Well, I was actually just
Shouldn't have said.
took photos of myself dribbling over one of their magazines. So keep going. So where we
Maybe you shouldn't have said ice in the letterbox in the letter, as well, and as an example of your work.
Right, stop it! You're upsetting me now. Go
Oh.
on. So we're going to Canada.
Yes. A Canadian researcher has managed to take a picture of the face of the legendary hairy giant, the mascot of the Winter Olympics Games in 2010.
Which was, we all know, which was
Last year.
Bigfoot. Oh, Sasquatch.
No, last year was 2010.
Yeah, it was 2010. It was
Yeah.
a Sasquatch, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't watch it, I don't think.
Did it? Okay,
No.
okay, keep going.
Yeah. Randy Brisson, a well-known Canadian cryptozoologist.
Cryptozoologist.
I said it right.
Jeez.
You just heard it incorrectly. Shared hot information with his Russian colleagues. My name's Wodsey.
I like jello. I like no walks on the beach with myself.
The researchers sent a photograph of the North American Bigfoot. What's the North American Bigfoot
It's,
doing as a Canadian mascot? I thought they hated each other.
Yeah, they probably do, but you know, there's a bit of multicultural thing going on, you know, sharing the love. Hairy love.
Hairy love?
Nothing like a bit of hairy love, mate.
No, very good.
Go the hairy love.
So he sent this photo to Igor. He's the directors of the International
Okay,
Centre.
is that his name, Eagle?
Yeah, Igor Burtsev. This is very hard to read with a guy sitting next to me that has got a very good face for radio.
Oh, this is great. Butts for me. Butts for me.
Burtsev.
Okay. Poor bloke.
Poor
God.
bloke.
Right,
Only in
keep going.
Russia.
Alright, so basically what you're saying in a nutshell is that
He's taken this photo and he's sent it off to his Russian department,
Right, okay,
his
gotcha.
colleagues.
Yeah, I'll
'cause
stop, I'll stop interrupting. Go for it.
He's got friends not like you.
Okay.
Brisson assured his Russian colleagues that the photo was of the legendary Bigfoot or Sasquatch. The popularity of the mythical creature has won it the honour to become a symbol and a mascot of the Winter Olympics in Vancouver. Mr. Brisson's photo may mean that the mascots ramble somewhere in the woods of the Olympic city.
Really? So they've got... So it's just not some
Theories.
big Russian man, hairy man, running around, weightlifter, they got left
I
behind.
thought it was a Chinese swimmer.
Send all hate mail to Wadsey at...
Brad Scott's place.
Yeah, don't do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Just, Go on, keep going.
No worries. I was trying to be...
Yeah, stop insulting people. Jesus, come on.
I'll just insult you.
Jesus. Right, just insult me, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The Canadian cryptozoologist said that he had seen a Sasquatch peeking out from behind...
What? The Sasquatch?
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
I put my false teeth back in.
Well, sorry, folks, we have to apologise. It is very, very late at night, and you know, Wodsey's well past his bedtime.
It is. It is. Peeking out from behind a huge... See, it's 11 o'clock. Peeking out from a huge stub in the woods near Pitt Lake, the spot where the creature was supposed to be photographed, is quite far from any sports objects. So he's not really sports illustrated this
So
Big
Sasquatch
footies.
isn't in the Sports Illustrated.
No, and
He's
he's
not in the swimsuit section.
not in the swimsuit section, and he doesn't really like sports because he's nowhere near the arenas.
So in a nutshell, they've used the Olympic mascots for the Winter Olympics, and they think they might have found a photo of him.
The real one.
The real one.
The real one.
Well, if you're out there, Mr. Sasquatch, you'd like to give us a call on 0055. Just tell me what your thoughts are.
He found big foot tracks as well.
Really?
Mm.
Like his own special tracks?
He said the
tracks,
footprints
or-
were quite big.
Yeah, imagine. How many toes?
Let's have a look. What does he say? The toes on the feet of both the adult and the youngster. There could be two.
Oh, so there's like Bubby one.
Could be. He's been,
Cool.
he's
It just
been
could be
keeping
a
busy.
It just could be a very hairy child.
It could be.
I mean, seriously. I mean,
Yes.
hairy children everywhere nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Look at my 10-year-old. He could just about grow a beard.
No comment. Mr. Brisson also said in his message to the Russian researchers that he and his son decided not to trace the couple because the creatures were trying to escape, were throwing rocks at them.
Well, see, this is a funny thing about cryptozoological side of things. I don't know if you're aware of this, but when you go on a yowie hunt here in Australia, right, you do a thing
At the supermarket with the chocolate.
Yeah, that's it. When the police come and pick you up. No, what it is, they do tree knocking. Now, tree knocking is where you bang a tree and you make a noise and they're supposed to respond. But also, they've been known to throw rocks.
Do they?
They do. This is a true.
What do you
true
bang the
fact.
tree with?
Another lump of wood.
Okay.
So it's what tree knocking, and you attract their attention, and then you get rocks thrown at you. The moral
I
of the story
suppose-
is, don't go knocking trees.
No, I'd knock them with an axe or a chainsaw.
Yeah, but seriously, knocking a tree like a talking thing, and then they yowies, we call them yowies in Australia.
Yeah.
You listen overseas, they throw rocks at you. But this is quite prevalent in all countries. From
That's
the
quite
Swamp
advanced.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's really, really technical stuff here. Oh, there's a lump of stone. I'll throw it at your head.
Well, they've worked out that it hurts.
Well, yeah, you have a point there.
Yes.
Anyway, that's enough of Sasquatch.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think we should move on.
And where you take me in the wide world of
web.
weirdness tonight.
Before I take us somewhere else in the world,
Yep.
I'd just like to mention that a little while ago, Brad put his mention on his Facebook page that we are actually recording this show on Tuesday.
Yes.
Yes, and ask for any questions that would like to be read out or answered on the show. Or you can put comments on Brad's website, which is www.
Oh yeah, oh,
Brad
it's Scott
dot
hyphen,
Scott
yeah, oh,
dot
it's on,
com.
you know which one it is.
Yeah.
You'll see it if you're not friends of mine on Facebook.
And guess what? We've actually had a question come through.
This was you didn't like pay for this one, did you?
No, no.
This was actually a real
A
question.
real question.
Oh,
Provided, of course, that RP is a real person.
we'll read it out. So what we do is we actually don't read out the person's name for privacy reasons. But if you, we'll say your first name is Rosa and your last initial is P, so you
Yes.
know who you are. So if you'd like to read it out, what the question is, please.
I will do. Her daughter, Shannon, whoops, shouldn't have said that. No, it's all right.
Yeah.
And her were in a motel at Mount Gambier. Is that South Australia?
Somewhere.
Yeah. Last night, and they both woke up at the same time experiencing different things.
Okay.
Her daughter felt cold air on her feet, felt the blanket moving and her feet being pulled, and she woke up feeling of inferno at her feet. Such incredible heat. Can there be a connection with the two, she asks.
Okay, well, that's a very interesting case scenario on that one there, Wadsy, because all jokes aside, this is a serious question and we've got to answer it accordingly. Now, obviously, these two people have suffered a similarity in paranormal events within that room.
Even though they've got different conditions.
Different conditions, same event in a nutshell. So, what I find more interesting is the simple fact that if the bed sheets were moving, were they physically dragged off her, or was she kicking them? If you know what I mean. I mean, I don't know how old the child is. I'm not going to ask those questions because you just don't.
No.
Yeah, I mean, but as far as Rosa herself, her feet were getting really, really hot. I'd be more interested to see what's actually involved in the room itself to cause that effect, and whether or not they've had this happen before to them in the past.
Be interesting to see if it was an old hotel, a motel, where something might have gone in
Yeah.
the past, or it's fairly new, built on something.
That's right. I'm also interested to see if we can actually start tracking down. People have stayed in that room before. See if they've had
exactly.
similar events, and
Yeah.
this is what it's all about. So we might actually get her on the line now and see if she's up for a chat via the phone.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, well, we're back now and we have Rosa on the phone thanks to the magic of editing and messing around. We have Rosa. Now, Rosa, you sent through a message to us here on my Facebook site regarding the experience you had at Mount Gambier. Listen, you want to fill us in more on what happened, please?
Well, basically, I'm not even sure what time it was. It was fairly early in the morning, possibly about 12:30, 1:30 this morning. I woke up and saw my daughter sitting bolt upright, and she had this look of, I don't know, this strange look on her face, and she said, "Mum, what did you do to my feet?" I said, "Excuse me, I haven't touched your feet." She said, "Well, someone pulled at it, and someone breathed really cold air onto it, and the blankets was moving. Someone pulled my feet." And I'm thinking, I'm having a strange experience myself, because the reason I woke up is because I felt like there was a fire at the end of my bed and my feet. We both slept in different beds. We had the aircon on, or the heater on, because it's quite cold. And I was actually trying to figure out I woke up trying to figure out where this heat from my bed was coming from. And here Shannon experienced the opposite to what I was feeling. I thought that was pretty crazy.
Now,
That's most weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Now, was it in the same, were you both in the same room or two separate rooms?
No, the same room. She
Exactly the
was at
same
one
room.
end.
How
We
far
were
were
opposite
the beds
ends of each
far
other.
away from each other, or they were like fairly close?
No, probably about, talking in feet here, probably about 4 feet away from each other.
About
Our
4
beds were
feet.
4 feet.
All right. Did you actually speak to the owners of the motel at all? Regarding people, did you mention it to them at all? What had happened, to see if anyone else had experienced the same thing?
No, didn't give that a second thought after we fell asleep, and then never thought about asking the owners or the people at the motel about it.
Well, I know most people probably wouldn't, but it's not always a bad idea, because sometimes people do have other stories to tell. You know, that could have been a particular room that this has happened before, and this is what we'd like to find out for you. Offline, what we're going to do is we're going to get in contact after we finish recording this section. We're going to have another yarn to you and see if we can get the details of the motel. And then find out whether or not this has actually happened to people in the past. Now, there's every chance we're going to get hung up on, but it just gives some feedback on what actually could have happened. Now, what I found interesting during the email and the conversation is that you both had two totally separate incidents.
Exactly.
Chalk and cheese from each other. You got really hot and your daughter got really cold. I understand the air conditioning on, but having her sheets move and stuff like that. Now, your daughter, does she like move around a lot in her sleep, or she's very still, or does she kick a lot? Do you think that may have been the problem, or do you think it could be something more?
No, Shannon usually she sleeps in sort of one spot. She just seems to hibernate. I'm the opposite. I toss and turn.
Yep.
Yes, we also are different as chalk to cheese, so to speak. So, yes.
How old is your daughter?
Yeah, I just can't explain that at all. It was just
no,
really
that's fair enough. Like, I take it your daughter's not that young. Yeah, I mean she'd be early 20s or so.
She's a young 26.
Young 26, yeah. So no, the only reason why we asked that question is the main reason to work out if she's like a toddler age or she's older. A lot of it has to do it, but she's well and truly past that side of it now. So what we're going to do for you is, Rosa, we're actually going to do some investigating for you. As part of Ghost Hunters Australia is what we do, and we're actually going to get on and find out if these events have happened before and get back to you on that. How does that sound?
That sounds absolutely wonderful. It would be cool to find out an answer. But I wouldn't be surprised if you don't.
we will let you know first, and then we'll broadcast information on another episode coming up. But what we'll do is, if you'd like to stay on the line, we'll get some more details off you. And thank you again for telling your story to us, and everyone that have listened to it. And we'd love to hear more about it.
Thank you. Yes,
all right, no worries. Hang on, just stay on the line there, Rosa. We'll be with you shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that was Rosa. Absolutely fantastic story. Of course,
First,
thank you, Rosa. Look, very much appreciated for that. We've also got another one that's come through. Is from a Gareth M. Now, I have spoken to Gareth in the past. Gareth actually lives in Wellington, New Zealand.
See, we are worldwide.
Well, yeah, across the Tasman anyway, so
Well,
we're doing well.
And that's not the state of Australia anyway.
No, we won't talk about that. Send all hate mail to... Anyway.
My postman's going to hate you.
That's good, I love it. Anyway, I'll just read up what Gareth wrote this one. I live in a house once and used to experience footsteps and lights flickering on and off upstairs. Things got worse, activity moved into my room. I would be woken up by someone whispering in my ear, feeling of a cold breath on my face. You have to excuse me because I have two screens. I have to click see more. Face, someone brushing their hand on my cheek once I was whacked on the head. Had many more issues in that place regarding whatever it was. It all stopped as soon as I moved out. Now, basically, in a nutshell, what Gareth his question is, and he writes on. So I guess my question would be, what could have been, and why did it target me in a household of 4 people? Now, good point, Gareth. And Gareth actually has his own radio show himself. He's a DJ, so
Okay.
he's a good guy on this. But
Me not being au fait with this, a novice, I say, can I just ask some basic questions?
yes, you may ask
Okay.
Dr. Scott.
Dr. Scott.
That's what I'm calling myself, Doctor.
Yeah, Scott.
I don't have the Mongolian anymore. I can't sit on
No,
12.
you can't. You're going to be a cat either.
Yep.
Okay. He says that it only targeted him.
Yep.
Would it be targeting him, or would it be targeting the room?
Well, good point. Look, a lot of these cases, sometime I'm sure Gareth hasn't messed around with something he shouldn't have.
Oh.
If you know what I mean,
Yep.
like if you start playing with Ouija boards or something, I'm not saying he did, but he played with Ouija boards or something like that. That's could mean a lot of trouble because if you're the one who's using the board, they're going to latch onto you.
Right.
Now, there's also claims that he could have picked this up from elsewhere and followed him home. That happened, so that's why it was picking on him and not other people.
Okay.
But
So
the
it might
point
not be in the house. It might be
be
somewhere
attached
else.
to him. But when he left that house, it stopped.
It stayed.
It stayed in the house
Yes.
by the sounds of it. Now, it'll be interesting to see, Gareth, if you can actually contact your mates, if you know where they still are, and find out whether or not that these people are having any more problems within the house and get back to us
It
on
says
that.
that we moved out, so I assume that they
They
all
all
moved
moved
out.
out together,
So
but
whether there's
good
got
point.
contact in the house, it'd be interesting to find out whether it's still there.
Still at the house, so that's something that probably Gareth, knowing the paranormal that he does, he'd be interested in checking that out.
Yeah.
But mate, don't panic too much about it because a lot of these things happen and they happen for a short period of time. I think a lot of it you're just like an easy target at the stage. You're a lot younger, things were going on in your life that you know about, and and these things will attach themselves to anyone who isn't going through the best possible time. What it comes down to, anyone who is slightly weak, mate. You could have been on the Terps one night getting absolutely hammered, went to a section wrongly, and the thing followed you home because you're that inebriated. I'm not saying you
Yes.
were, mate, but these are little things that can happen to people when they get an attachment like that. Now, the good thing about it is it didn't continue on. It stayed or it moved on because these things will get bored if you don't retaliate. If you just ignore them, they've got nothing else better to do.
Okay.
But being touched in that gives it another genre as well,
Dimension.
another dimension totally to the whole thing is when you actually get touched by an entity or something like that. I remember years ago my father telling me a story when Nana died, his nan. He couldn't go to the funeral, right? And he was really upset about it. But that night he felt Nana brushing the
Okay.
side of his face as a reassurance. It's okay, I understand.
Yep.
So unless this was someone like a family member giving you that encouragement, giving you a slap in the head for when you were playing up, possibility.
Right.
You've got to look at these different avenues, but I think deep down you sort of know what it was there, mate. So thanks again for sending the question in. I hope we answered the best way we could. But if you've got anything else that comes up, old mate, please just get through to us. So.
Yeah, because you're saying that attaching people. When my father passed away, I sensed him around in the house
Yep.
until I sort of said, he's gone, that's it.
Time to move on, Dad.
Time to
sort
move
of.
on, yeah. Because I swear I was sitting in the smallest room in the house
Yep.
and I sure saw a shadow go up the hallway.
Yep.
Heard a noise and that was it. That's all I heard. But it was definitely something there.
Well, that's an interesting story because my old man can vouch for this one for me. When my grandmother passed away, and this is one of these great personal experiences that you had, but me and my father both had it. Let me explain my dad to you. He's an engineer. He's very straight down the line. There's no if, buts, or maybe. There's either black or white. You know, he believes in something or he doesn't.
Yep.
He's just like that. You
Yeah.
know, totally different from me in that sense. But we're both sitting in the house. Now, my grandmother, when she was alive, she used to walk from one side of the back patio to the other to have a cigarette. Now, she used to go out there and smoke in this one particular spot. And me and Dad were sitting in this lounge room. You could see the back patio. And swear as I'm talking to you now, we both saw her walk past. And she'd been dead for about 6 months.
Yeah.
Walk past that one section of window. We both saw her to go and have a cigarette. Now, what the freaky part was, I actually said, Dad, did you see it? And he goes, yeah, son, I did, you know. But I got up and stuck my head out the window to have a look. She walked past again, a second time. But I didn't see
Going the other way
it.
or going the same way?
Going the other way.
Going the other way.
Now, Dad saw her, I didn't.
Okay.
Now, for my old man to sit there and go, oh, I just saw your grandmother walk past again, never happens. Dad never, ever, you know, he's not wired that way. He's not into paranormal like I am. So, for someone like that, and there are a lot of people out there, and these are the type of stories that we want to hear. These are the type of incidents that make other people love this sort of stuff,
Yes.
and want to know more about it. You know, we
Yeah.
don't have all the answers to everything. But if we put it out there, maybe someone will hear this and get back to us and have an answer for you. That's the point.
That'd be very... I got another one for you.
Okay, here
You
we
wanna
go.
hear
We
it?
tell ghost stories. Hang on. Woo. Keep going.
Actually, it wasn't a ghost tour. Down at
Ghost?
Port Arthur in Tasmania.
Oh, Port Arthur, yep.
Yep. We were the last group to go through
Yep.
that night. And we finished up in the model prison.
Yep.
Now, we locked it up. We saw the guard lock it up. We set the alarms and started walking down the hill. Halfway down the hill, I heard a ding of a bell. Just a one single ding.
Yeah.
We got down to the bottom of the hill, which I suppose is 800 metres away from the model prison.
Yep.
And the guard was saying, that's it, see you later, bye. And one person said, what was that bell that rang as we were walking down the hill? And the guide says, the only bell in this place is up in the model prison, which we just locked up and alarmed.
So this bell was going off.
No, it only went once.
Only went
and
once,
only
make a
some of
ding.
the group heard it.
Yeah.
Not all of the group. About 50%.
Yeah.
40 to 50% of the group heard it.
So what was that like doing that tour? Good?
Not as good as it used to be, but it's good fun.
What? So you weren't hiding behind doors, jumping out at people with your fly undone?
No.
No, okay. Well, oh, you've stopped there doing that now since
Yeah,
the court
scaring
case,
too many
haven't you?
people.
Yeah, the court case seemed to
Yeah.
slow you down on that.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I'm a bastard.
You've missed too much of Australia, mate. Too much.
Well, I have been away for 3 years.
Yeah.
I've been back for 2 now, actually, believe it or not.
Have
I've been
you?
back in country for 2 years.
Really?
Yeah, that long. And I haven't tried to
Extradite you
yeah,
yet?
but back out to New Zealand for some
No.
reason. Geez, I love that country. It was just awesome. But I love this country too. It's fantastic. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually read some more news out here for now. We're being all serious and all, you know, ooky and all the rest of it, diplomatic. And look, we've
Yes.
answered some questions. But like I said again, look, if you go to www.hyphen
Brad, Scott,
.com. Oh, I like
no
that.
AU.
No, don't. If you put the AU, people are going to think it's AU anyway. Goodness me.
No, I
that-
said, well, they might type no AU and then they won't get anywhere.
yeah, they'll get no. Yeah, okay. .com only.
Yeah, they
All
might
right.
type only now.
Yeah, only. Good. Oh god, it's too late at night. Anyway, if you go there and you actually, there's a contacts page for Naked Zombie Paranormal Radio. You can go to that contacts page. You can leave us some details. Have a chat with us. You know, it's all good. And just looking at our Facebook setup here, we have some more. Okay, good stuff. Okay, let's have a look here. What have we got? Sorry, my computer isn't the fastest thing on the planet. Isn't that nice? Ghost Tech have forwarded on our details. Oh, just a big shout out to Ghost Tech Australia too. Andrew Jones, a good friend of Ghost Hunters Australia, which I'm a founder of. He started up a new group called Ghost Tech Australia, which good on you guys. Look for it online and also on Facebook. And yes, so we got a pleasure, Brad. Thank you back from Rosa. So that was fantastic.
Very
We're
good.
going to add anything else onto that?
Aye.
Should we do some shout outs?
Do some shout outs?
I think we do some shout outs. See, the whole point of this radio show is to give other groups a voice as well. Not just what Ghost Hunters Australia does, GHA, not because of the TV series I do, which is Paranormal Mysteries, or the radio show. It is about other groups and what other groups have done. So at a total random, I'm getting online now and I'm having a look at my webpage. Now on my webpage you see paranormal links. If you go to ghosthuntersaustralia.com, That's www.ghosthuntersaustralia.com.
No AU.
No A on you. God, no. It's always .com. So we're going to scroll down here and we're going to have a look. And here we got one here, which is South Brisbane Paranormal. Kelly runs this group. Kelly does a fantastic. She's Brisbane psychic, 5th generation psychics. They're called. Now I know Kelly personally. She is a fantastic and lovely lady. By means, if you jump on her website, which is www.southbrisbaneparanormal.com.
I'll keep quiet.
And if you'd like to ring this phone number with 0432 913 988 to make a booking for a reading. Now, she is very, very good at what she does. No, very good. Very good. I have, yes, very, very good. So if you have something you wish to plug, we will plug it for you because we are the pluggers.
Yes.
Plug anything.
Plug anything.
And we don't do it for money.
No.
Because we have no money.
We don't want money either. Not just yet.
Yes, we do. Want bucket load, man. I want to be diving it. I want to do a Scrooge. I want to be floating around diving through the big pool of cash.
Yeah. You get money in places you don't want to see it.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Don't want to poop coins, do I?
No.
Anyway, back to the story. Yeah. So we have a bit of a plug here and we're doing well.
We got anything else we can plug?
Plugging.
Somebody else?
Who can I plug? There's a few people I would
You realise, of course, we hope this is reciprocal.
Yes, so this is the thing, we're past sharing the love. Oh yeah, look, one of my very good mate of mine getting back on the psychics thing, and I'm going to have this guy on our show, and I'm going to have Kelly on the show too. I'm going to introduce you quickly to a guy called David Franklin Farkas. I just love that name. I can say that name all day, David Franklin Farkas. It just rolls off the tongue. Now this guy, David Franklin Farkas, is phenomenal. Now he has a company called househealing.com. He will actually cleanse your house from anywhere in the world, and I have used this guy myself.
Without even being there?
Look, no. I have used this guy, see how good he is, and he is brilliant. Yep. He will, if you're having problems with the cleansing in your home, this is the man you want to see as well. He lives in the States.
Right.
But I'm going to get him on the show. We're going to interview him because he's a lovely guy, and I've had a lot to do with David Franklin Farkas for a long time.
You keep saying that. I'll just call him David.
David Franklin.
Because I laugh too much.
David Franklin. Why would you laugh? It's because of the way I say it.
Yeah.
It's the Aussie accent. I'm not a... Where are you from? You're from
Tasmania.
Tasmania. That's what the... Oh, okay. So
hey,
more hate mail too.
Hate mail to Brad for that one.
Oh, no.
Because there's more Tasmanians up here than there is down there.
Oh, look, I love you all. You're all special children.
My doctor told me
I was special. Anyway, so we're getting back to David here. Look, David Franklin Farkas. Check his website out at househealing.com. So that's two shout-outs.
Two shout-outs.
Either one, we're doing a really good service to the paranormal community, or two, we've got nothing else to talk about.
And we'll have to wait and see how many hits we get next week.
We will. And then, mind you, I'll get this up and all the rest of it. So that's great. So we've got two lots. And look, just a shout out to everyone on our Facebook friends page as well, to our other guys, everyone there, and on your side as well, because we're going to be plugging the absolute pajubas out of it. You know that word? Pajubas.
Pajubas.
I just made that word up.
Very good.
Do you want to use it?
No.
Well, if you want
to
use...
a definition for it?
Yes, it means pajubas is...
Okay.
When you use that word, you've got to give me $50 every time you use it.
It's eliminated from my memory.
Damn. That takes the pajubas out of it, doesn't it? Sorry.
What if people want to send a photo in of something? Can we do that?
We can. Look, if you go to brad@ghosthuntersaustralia.com, which is my email address,
right,
they can send through photos and stuff like that. I do get a lot of photos now.
Okay.
I do get... One good thing about being in the field for as long as I guess we have is that we do get a lot of stuff sent through. Yep. And I always love getting it. And I do apologise I can't answer everyone's email right there and there.
Mr. Popular.
Yeah, I know. Terrible. Stop it. Anyway, basically what happens is, like, I do get a bucket load of emails, and from the TV series Paranormal Mysteries with yours truly, and everything else. I'm funny when it comes to Facebook. I don't sort of plug it very much. I don't push it like I should. But the main website just gets...
The GHA
it just gets hundreds and hundreds of thousand hits a month. And it's just the amount of stuff I get through that. It keeps me busy. So all my Facebook buddies out there and people, thank you for being very patient with me for getting back to you. But I do try and get back to you in time.
So if you had to grade it or count it, what's the most paranormal experience in Australia? or what you've experienced?
Sitting here talking to you, Peter Wadsworth.
That's just fantastic.
It's just freaking me out too much. Oh, look, porn. No, anyway, back to...
What did I say? You did an interview for Penthouse or Playboy, was it, back in 2010?
Yes, I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I was interviewed by Penthouse.
You would have been the only one that was reading it.
I probably was, and I had to keep my clothes on. Oh, look, I offered to do the whole interview naked online, but they just didn't want to do it. I don't know. See, this is the thing with these
Skype hadn't been
makers.
invented then, so therefore they couldn't see you in your glory.
But it's... hang on, we got another message through now. It was Becca, please and with great thanks. Please and with great...
Is that someone you know?
No idea.
No.
Okay, so we just got another message through, but I just can't quite understand it, so I do apologise. It's just me and my bad reading. But anyway,
I should stick
guys.
to the reading.
Oh, hang on. One more thing we do need to check out.
we got another
Gee,
one.
we got. Oh, Jesus. Sorry about this, folks. We are getting a lot of people actually commenting on. Good. I'm gonna go new friend request. Who's gonna be my new friend? Becky Miller. Hello, Becky Miller. If you're listening to this, I've just accepted your friend's request. So we're not actually talking about much on the paranormal, are we, old mate?
Well, I asked a serious question.
You did. What was the question?
The most
Oh yes,
experiences.
yes. The most.
I mean, is it sightings? Is it movement of things? Is it what would say?
Well, there was this one time at band camp.
You were
seriously,
moved, you were moved then, not other things.
No, seriously, I went to band camp.
Yes.
I went to band camp, and
You've
like
done a lot of things.
in the
Brad,
movie,
but-
the movie was nothing like my band camp. My band camp was so boring, dude.
Yeah,
There wasn't a heap of hot girls running around. Trust me, I tried. I looked endlessly. I sat
When
there and
has
played
Hollywood
my
ever been
trombone.
realistic?
No, I suppose. Hey, my most paranormal experience. Okay, I guess it was the time that I was doing an old pub in Napier. You can see this on the Facebook site. You see it on the website. I was actually pushed over, scratched up by something. I was aggravating.
I've seen that. Yes.
You've seen the photos. That was pretty horrific for me. That's actually that toned me down a little bit in my old age.
Did it?
I don't really want to do it again in a hurry. Oh, look, I don't mind the occasional touching type thing.
What do you
but,
think you did that pushed him over the edge?
I don't know. I think I was provoking the bugger out of him. Hey, but we have someone else who's written in. Enough about me. We
What
have
have we got?
Brendan H. Okay.
Brendan
he
H.
writes-
Wonder where he's from.
Yeah,
But
okay, let's go and check out Brendan H's details. Brendan, I think he lives here. Noosa Heads.
Noosa
We
Heads.
might see if he wants to give us a bit of a chat. We've got all these people writing into us now, and I feel really bad because we are running out of time.
Let's see if we can read his question out.
Okay, you read his question out for us.
Okay, everything's relevant, Brendan, so that's fine. A few years ago, I was mucking around with a
Ouija board.
Ouija board in my mum's house. I was alone in a room with one window shut tight and an open door a few feet away from me. I was getting jumbled messages, and to be honest, I was getting frustrated. And then I said out loud, "Is there anyone here? Show me you're here," and closed the door. Nothing happened. I then said aloud, "You couldn't do it even if you wanted to." With that, the Ouija board spelt out, "You do it." Still unsure if it was
Been told.
It's been told.
You've just been owned,
Yep.
Brendan. I'll tell you that. We'll give you a call.
Yes. Where did I get up to? You could do it if you wanted to. Still unsure if it was mind over matter, I swore out loud and just said, "Just effing do it."
Beep, 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 beep.
Beep, beep.
Yep.
And I swear to God, the room went ice cold and the door began to move. It moved slowly to a point where it would take some force to close it properly. Still trying to be rational, I calmed myself and said out loud, "That's not shut." With that, the door slammed so hard into the shut position it cracked the timber frame at the top. There was no wind, breeze or draft as I was sealed in the room. It scared him so much I packed up what I was doing and left the house. Still to this day, he gets a chill thinking about that afternoon. Is it possible that he provoked something that wanted to show me it has power?
All right, what we'll do is we'll try and get hold of Brendan sometime during the week. We have sent him a message, say we'd love to talk to him and take it from there. But listen, thank you to everybody who sent in. We will send through requests again. And we just got another message here now. So let's have
Love
a
the
look.
internet.
Oh, no, okay, no, it's fine. Well, New South Wales. Oh, we've been by to New South Wales. Thank you, Becky M, for getting us to come over.
Yes.
But we will finish off the paranormal news for tonight. A couple more stories to go. Now we've done everything. And what we want to give you is a good old-fashioned ghost story.
Not many around, actually. Maybe they're hibernating for the winter.
They could be.
But it's summer up there on the northern hemisphere, so... All right, I've found some news for you, Brad.
Oh, you have?
I love a good haunted jail.
Yeah, look, it only took literally 20 minutes for you scaring the internet while I'm sitting with my finger up my left nostril, scratching the base of my brain.
You got to do what you got to do.
You do. Okay, so we are going where?
We're going to Ohio.
Ohio.
Newark. Ohio.
Hello, can you go? Sorry. I'm a poet and didn't even realise it. Keep going. What's the story on this one, mate?
Okay. Decades after the last inmate walked out of the old Licking Country jail, echoes of the lives spent within its walls.
Old Licking Country?
That's what it says.
You know, my mate said to me today, we're doing a film shoot on cane toads tomorrow, right? We're part of the job I do as I work for a key design.
You weren't licking the cane toads, were you?
Well, no. Anyway, my best mate, one of my best mates, I've known the guy for 20 years, like you, known him for a long time. He said to me, when we go looking at this film, these cane toads tomorrow, maybe you got to wash your hands because you don't want to go licking them. And I just went...
Wash your hands before or wash your hands after?
I just went dead silent. I didn't know what to say because I don't think he realised what he said.
No, I don't think he did either.
No, but that's the love we share.
Pretty low, though.
He honestly thought after we were picking up cane toads, I was going to lick my hands.
Or lick the cane toad.
Or lick a cane toad. That's it, country licking, just sort of...
Yeah, reminded you of that.
Remind me of that little ditty of a story. Continue.
Okay, I will. It's the old Licking Country jail.
Gotcha.
Okay. Echoes of the lives spent within its walls still resonate among the empty cells, reports Josh Jarman. At least that was the pitch of two paranormal experts who last night presented evidence of spooky activities they collected while on a ghost hunt at a Gothic sandstone structure last year. Tom Robinson and Michelle Duke, co-founders of Southeastern Ohio Paranormal Investigations. Investigators, sorry.
Yeah, investigators, yeah.
Spent a night in the jail on S 3rd Street in Newmark in November. Aided by an all-number of high-tech ghost tracking gadgetry and 7 brave souls...
That's a word, isn't it?
It is.
Gadgetary.
Gadgetry. That's...
The English me speak good.
That's very good.
Yes.
Yes.
Keep going.
I tried to let school interfere with my education.
No, I could see that. Go for it.
Worked well.
Well worked.
And 7 other brave souls, the team captured audio and video recordings they say prove the county's 1889 lockup has some permanent residents that go bump in the night, reports Jarman.
Now, this is a funny thing. Why is it that people naturally assume for some strange, God knows reason that
Ghosts go bump in the night?
Yeah, well, that too. That all jails are haunted.
I think it's because there's a lot of torture goes on in the jails, especially the older jails.
Yeah, I know, but still.
And new jails, but there's not so many deaths in the new jails.
No?
No, not by hanging.
No, not by hanging. No, I suppose it's just funny how the perception is that...
You see a jail, you think it must be haunted.
Yeah, well, it's funny where people think that. And tour business do very well at this, and I can understand why. But, I mean, I've investigated some really creepy old places. I mean, stuff that you would swear black and blue. And it did have a violent history. It did have all the makings for it to be a haunted place. And seriously, there was nothing there.
No.
This is the thing. It's people's perception of what...
That's history can get changed and twisted to make a story out of nothing.
That's right. And this is the thing that all newbies in the field should be aware about. Is that even though it's got a reputation for being haunted, unless you go and check it out for yourself and get the evidence...
And do a sleepover.
I personally wouldn't sleep in a jail.
No.
Bring back memories from my youth. Oh, dude, I'm having flashbacks.
You are. I can see the glaze in your eyes.
Yes, flashbacks. Oh, sorry.
Fond friends.
No, you know what happened to me? Okay, I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
This one time at band camp. No, it wasn't.
Was
band
boring?
Camp. No, band camp was always boring. No, this is not paranormal, but this is about a jail story, and I'm not proud of it. One night many years ago.
Yes.
I don't know if I should tell it now. Yeah, well, one night many years ago, I was a typical young bloke, typical Aussie young bloke,
brave,
drunk,
full of juice,
very drunk. for some reason I was getting in a fight with a street sign. This street sign just kept popping out in front of me. No matter where I went, the street sign was.
Keep left.
I don't know, but it just kept, and I kept taking a swing at this thing. Anyway, all I remember then is I woke up the next morning in the local watch house wearing someone else's shoes, and they were 3 sizes too small.
3 sizes too small.
Too small.
Obviously weren't yours.
No. And my feet were a bit sore.
I'd say so.
I'm glad it's the only thing that was a bit sore was my feet.
And that's your only jail experience.
My only jail experience. I spent a night in a local watch house for drunk and disorderly. Back in my youth when I was a lot younger. Not now. I'm good. I'm a salt of the earth type of guy.
I'd like people to comment on that interesting story to find out whether it was interesting. I'm supposed to be awake or not.
Oh, I don't know, but maybe because it's so freaking late at night. But that doesn't matter. Listen, guys, we've got only 5 more minutes to go tonight before we wrap up tonight's first ever naked
zombie.
You said baked zombie?
No, I said
You're
naked.
baked.
Naked. Stay away from naked. All right, naked zombie.
Zombie. Everyone needs a naked zombie.
Yes,
That's true.
they do.
They do.
Once in their life.
Once in their
So
life.
they know what they've got is good.
Actually, what I'd love to see is people sending photos of themselves dressed up as zombies,
That would be interesting.
but clothed.
Clothes zombies.
Clothes zombies. So
Yes.
as the show progresses, as a bit of a laugh, I think if you're out at a Halloween party, so you got a photo of yourself as a zombie, send it. I'll put it up on the website.
And as we get to know people, any fancy dress.
No, they've got to
No.
be zombies.
Zombies?
dude.
No
And-
ghosts?
And no. Oh, well,
Yeah,
it
ghost a
depends.
bit lame, actually, isn't
Yeah,
it?
bed sheet and a couple of holes poked
Yeah.
out. You know, I like to see real good effects.
Yeah.
That's because I worked in the movie industry and everything. You know how it is when you're,
Excuse
hoity-toity like me. Or
We are not worthy. We are not worthy.
Yes, well, you can stop that now.
Okay.
Okay, now where are we going to next?
All right, next we're going to a Los Angeles house that is definitely haunted, according to Neve Campbell.
Oh, you know Neve Campbell, man.
No,
Oh, dude.
no. Do I need to know?
Dude, you need to know Neve Campbell.
Why? She got money?
Hubba.
Hubba hubba.
Oh, she
Not just
is
one
a
hubba, two
stone
hubbas.
cold fox.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. She's lovely. She is a really, really nice lady.
You know what we do?
What?
Google.
Google her.
Google.
Google Neve Campbell and don't stalk her for Christ's sake. I don't want any messages. What's happened to poor
I'm
old
not a
Neve?
stalker, but
See,
you're out of milk and your butter's very low.
Neve she's a Scream actress. She's plays one of the main characters in Scream franchise. You know, she come back for she was in the first and she come back for the last one, I think. So she came back into it for Scream.
The Scream that you laugh at.
No,
Not that Scream.
no, not the funny Scream. The
real Scream.
hack you with a big sharp stick thingy Scream.
Could have a long sticky thing.
Oh, you're too long sticky. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's another story. Okay, what's happened to poor old Neve, huh?
Okay, Scream actress Neve Campbell said her former house in Los Angeles was haunted, and she used to see the women that were murdered in the house throughout the house. The 37-year-old told the British Live magazine, "I know that ghosts exist because I've seen one. A few years ago, I moved into a haunted house in Laurel Canyon, Los Angeles, with some friends. It turned out that it was inhabited by ghosts."
Inhabitable.
Well, it was for her.
Sorry,
You've lost
keep
me now.
going.
I'm sorry, you've lost me.
Yeah,
I was
alright.
doing a perfect accent then, and you've lost me.
Go, we've only got 2 minutes to go.
It turned out that it was inhabited by the ghosts of a woman who had been murdered there in 1991. She added, the doors would repeatedly slam, windows would open, and ashtrays would fly off her dresses. Then, there were times when the ghost would actually walk into the room. After a while, it just felt normal. I would pass her in the hallway and casually wish her good morning. Now, do
Well,
ghosts talk back to you? Or do they make a noise when you talk to them?
probably.
You don't know that one? Or you haven't heard?
Yeah, look, that's the fun. You get in that side of it. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on what Neve Campbell. Sorry, I shouldn't do make noises like that. It just sounds
Women
terrible.
slamming the doors, is that because they can't put the toilet seat down?
Probably. Send all hate mail too. But no, seriously.
My postman's going to hate you.
Yeah, I hate you. They're going to crash the service. What it is that, no, obviously Neve's going through a bit of a thing, having a haunted experience and stuff like that. And so if she's taken it all in a stride, fair enough. But look, you can go to paranormaldailynews.com to check out
Don't release
these.
my sources.
Oh, well, someone's got to be honest about it all. Yes, we robbed the internet for the latest news because no one gives it to us.
Yes.
So if you want to check out these paranormal, go to Paranormal Daily News. Fantastic website. Must give them a big shout out because a lot of these stories do come from there because we just don't have any of our own.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're
But
waiting
we will.
for you.
What for me? It's always got to follow
Not
me.
you. The people out there.
Oh, that for people out there waiting
Our
for you.
committed fans.
All three of them. To
And
come
another one I
through.
want to discuss next week is 6 signs your house is haunted.
Okay, I like it, and we might even try and get Mr. David Franklin Farkas on.
We will.
We will.
As
Well,
long as
I'll
I don't
speak to
call him David.
David Franklin Farkas. He's a lead. Leave my mate alone. He is awesome. Anyway, night guys. We're going to say our goodbyes now. It has now come up to the hour, and thank you very much, Woodsy, for
It's been
coming
great.
in
It's been fun.
for
I
the
loved it.
first one. And